This video will cover the topic, dividing complex numbers. First, let's review a few things about complex numbers. The standard form for complex numbers is written as a plus b times I, where a and b are real numbers and I indicates an imaginary element. Another concept we'll use later on in this video is that of conjugates. We can find the conjugate of a binomial by multiplying its second term by a -1. For example, the conjugate of a plus b times I is a minus b times I, and the conjugate of a minus bi is a plus bi.
Okay, I understand, but how does this relate to complex numbers?
Let's take a look at an example to see how we can use conjugates to rewrite expressions. Our example will be -3 plus 4i over -2 plus 2i. When we divide complex numbers, we start by multiplying both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator.
Since the denominator is -2 plus 2i, its conjugate is -2 minus 2i, right?
That's right, so we can multiply both the numerator and denominator by -2 minus 2i. This will look like -3 plus 4i over -2 plus 2i times -2 minus 2i over -2 minus 2i. Now, we use the distributive property to multiply the two expressions in the numerator together and the two expressions in the denominator together. This results in 6 plus 6i minus 8i minus 8i squared over 4 plus 4i minus 4i minus 4i squared. We remember that the imaginary unit I represents the square root of -1, so I square root is equal to -1. This allows us to simplify to 6 plus 6i minus 8i minus -1 times 8 over 4 plus 4i minus 4i minus -1 times 4. We can now combine the I terms and the numerical terms. The simplification will give us 14 minus 2i over 8.
That isn't written in standard form though. Don't we need to simplify it more?
You're right, we need to rewrite this in the form of a minus bi. Since the denominator is 8, we can factor out a 2 to give us 7 minus I over 4. We can now divide the 7 and the -i by 4 to give us the standard form. Our final answer will be 7 over 4 minus 1/4 I.
Okay, so to divide complex numbers, we start by multiplying both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. Then we use the distributive property to multiply the two expressions in the numerator together and the two expressions in the denominator together. We then simplify both the top and the bottom of the fraction by using the properties of imaginary numbers. Finally, we must make sure our answer is written in standard form.
That's great, you got it. Now all you need is a bit more practice.